Hey there, Patriots. This is True Outlaw Patriot coming at you with another one. Um, what I got to show all of you is it's a short little montage, I want to say, of certain things that are happening right now with the conflict in the Middle East. Okay? I'm going to show you three different angles. No, I'm not going to say angles. I'm going to show you three different points, for lack of a better term, of how things have been going on in the Middle East, okay, for let's say the past 12 years. And I want everybody to open up their eyes and see as I put my commentary on it. All right. It's not going to be long. It's going to be a few clips. But I want everybody to pay close attention to the parties at play in this video that I'm going to show you. But before I continue, I want to thank all my new subscribers and all my subscribers, both here on YouTube and on Rumble. So please comment, like, share, subscribe, pass the channel around. If you want to help support the channel, you can donate. I'll leave a link in my description to my Cash App and my PayPal. Also, it's the Christmas holiday, so Merry Christmas, everyone. If you're at a Christmas party or anything like that, and you're one of my subscribers and you want to, pass my channel around, tell everybody at the party or whoever you think would be interested, tell them get on their phone, look up my channel, subscribe, check out my content. If they like it, join. If not, it's okay. It's a free country. But with that being said, I'm going to play this first clip real quick. Okay, everybody knows what's going on in the Middle East with Israel, Hamas, Palestine, Iran now trying to jump in the mix. So I want everybody to pay close attention. Okay, this is very important. And I want people to understand this is the way things should be, but they're not. Okay, so without further ado, let's go.
Headquarters right under the heart of Gaza City. Israeli forces discovered the strategic network of tunnels among civilian buildings, including a school for deaf children. CBN Middle East correspondent Julie Stahl has more.
The tunnel runs under what's called the elite quarter of Gaza City, including Palestine Square.
You can see behind me the community college. You can see there the Alpha Lumina Society for Deaf Children. You can see government buildings. You can see civilian buildings. From outside, everything looks normal. Everything looks like a regular city.
The square is the center of the strategic tunnel network, housing Hamas leadership's strongholds. It connects to the underground infrastructure near the Rantisi Hospital and the Shifa Hospital uncovered earlier. The tunnel shafts are located in residences and offices of senior officials, allowing for covert descent, enabling Hamas operatives to escape and remain in hideouts for a long time.
There's an electricity box here. This opens. This was closed. This is actually a door, not the back of a box, which reaches a space that leads to the tunnel shaft below.
President Biden says the U.S. is still trying to restart negotiations for a ceasefire that includes a hostage release and humanitarian aid to Gaza.
We're pushing it. There's no expectation at this point, but we are pushing it.
A top Hamas leader arrived in Egypt for talks, but the terror group says there will be no hostage negotiations without a ceasefire. Meanwhile, in the north, Israel struck Hezbollah infrastructure after the Iranian-backed group fired a rocket barrage that hit the city of Kiryat Shmona overnight, causing damage but no injuries. IDF Chief of Staff Herzi Halevi told reservists that Israel will not return to the previous situation along the northern border.
This means to push further, to reinforce this, and to bring the residents back here, to Netua, and along the entire border line, to a different situation that is much more secure.
while another Iranian proxy, the Houthi rebels in Yemen, are threatening to target American warships after the U.S. announced an international force in the region to protect global shipping from Houthi attacks.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. Okay, you've heard a few key words here. You heard Hamas, you heard Hezbollah, you heard Iran, you heard Houthis, Biden, the Americans, Israel. Okay? Now, as everybody knows right now, Iran is backing up Hamas. Okay? For what's going on between Israel and Palestine. And Biden is making another deal with Iran to get some hostages released for, once again, money that totals in about, I think they said $6 billion or something like that. Okay? Now I'm going to show you a few quick clips, so stay with me, people. Okay? There's something very important about all this that I want everybody to understand. So, here we go. We're going to go back in time a little bit to when President Obama was president. Okay? I'm going to play this clip. It's only about 1:15. So I want everybody to pay close attention to what's going on.
Prime Minister Netanyahu has injected himself forcefully into this debate on American foreign policy in Washington. Can you recall a time when a foreign head of government has done that? Is it appropriate for a foreign head of government to inject himself into an American debate?
I'll let you ask Prime Minister Netanyahu that question if he gives you an interview. I don't recall a similar example. Obviously, the relationship between the United States and Israel is deep. It is profound. It's reflected in my policies. But as I said in the speech yesterday, on the substance, the Prime Minister is wrong on this. And I think that I can show that the basic assumptions that he's made are incorrect. If in fact my argument is right, that this is the best way for Iran not to get a nuclear weapon, then that's not just good for the United States, that is very good for Israel.
Okay, you heard what he just said, right? If anybody remembers, Obama made a deal with Iran, once again giving them billions of dollars when he was president. Okay? Israel didn't like the deal, as well as many other countries didn't like the deal, and supposedly it was that Iran would not make nuclear weapons, but that wasn't the case. The case was that they were going to be monitored while still giving Iran billions of dollars. If you looked at the clip before I cut it off, that was in 2015. Okay? Iran at the time was very unstable. So Obama was giving the mullahs billions upon billions of dollars. Okay? And what was resulting in that throughout his presidency up until when Trump became president in 2016 was a lot of chaos. Okay? So let's fast forward a little bit. You already seen Obama was backing up the mullahs, backing up Iran, their regime, giving them billions of dollars. Nuclear deals were going left and right. Okay? Netanyahu didn't like it. Obama was like, no, I beg to differ, blah, 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 this, and that. He don't get me. Nobody gets me. But stay with me. I'll show you the next clip. Here we go. Okay, now we're going to fast forward to when Trump became president. Okay? Trump went up against the mullahs in Iran and told them, no, go kick fucking rocks. You ain't getting no money, and we're going to take you out. You're oppressing your people. And sure enough, NBC was out there to get the video footage. Here we go.
On the streets of Iran's capital, days of public protest reached a boiling point not seen for nearly a decade. The kindling to this show of anger and desperation is a poor economy with few jobs and rising prices, brewing unrest that drew the attention of President Trump's Twitter feed. Iranian government should respect their people's rights, including the right to express themselves. The world is watching, echoing the president's message delivered at the United Nations.
The longest suffering victims of Iran's leaders are, in fact, its own people.
The volatile conditions today moved many young people to demonstrate against the government spontaneously as word spread through social media posts. By contrast, a more organized and scheduled wave of pro-government support turned out to praise the supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, as thousands back the regime. The U.S. designates Iran a state sponsor of terror. President Trump has refused to certify the Obama-era agreement to blunt Iran's nuclear program. This weekend's protest response is coordinated from the State Department. The United States strongly condemns the arrest of peaceful protesters. The White House press secretary, Iranian citizens fed up with the regime's corruption and its squandering of the nation's wealth to fund terrorism abroad. And the president tweeted excerpts of his United Nations address to amplify pressure and encourage other nations to aid protesters.
That Iran's people are what their leaders fear the most.
And demonstrations spread.
Okay, that was one clip. You seen what was going on. Okay, so in Iran when Obama was president, the mullahs were in control. Obama was giving them billions of dollars. The mullahs were trying to keep, their nuclear weapon capabilities, just trying to, make them all up and try to make weapons and stuff like that while oppressing their people at the same time. Trump came out and said, you know what? When he became president, he says, we're not going to give the mullahs any money because, number one, they're not giving it to their people. Number two, all they're going to do is use it to make weapons. So, no, we're not. No matter what their demands are, no matter what they're trying to do, there was people that were taken hostage. But if anybody knows that even before any of those money negotiations with Obama, there was still American people that were held hostage in Iran. They were just trying to use them as leverage. Okay, so that was that clip. You all heard. Okay, the man who everybody calls the big racist that hates Muslims, he was backing up the Iranian people. Okay, still not convinced? I'll show you another clip. Here we go.
Council must take action to confront these and other dangers facing the world. That also includes the behavior of the Iranian regime, which has killed hundreds and hundreds of people in a very short period of time. They're killing protesters. They turn down their internet system. People aren't hearing what's going on. I would like to see the media get involved in that and go in and see what's happening, because it's not a good situation. It's a horrible situation. It's something that that is going to be a big scandal throughout the world very soon. They're killing a lot of people, and they're arresting thousands of their own citizens in a brutal crackdown in recent weeks because they're protesting. And I think the media should get involved in that. I don't know that they will because they have their own reasons, but the media should absolutely get involved in that. America will always stand with the Iranian people in their righteous struggle for freedom. They're not being treated properly. All of that money is being wasted on weapons and on other things, and they're not treating their people properly. And their people all over the country, they're rioting and they're protesting and they're very unhappy.
Okay, so you heard him say that America will stand with the Iranian people. Does that ring a bell when Trump talks? He talks about the people and freedom. The freedom of the people. Okay? Obama did deals with their leaders. Damn their people and damn the American people. Damn the Israeli people. Okay? Whoever got involved, he didn't care. He was making deals with their leaders. Trump just blatantly said right there, America stands with the Iranian people. Not their leaders and the people. No, the Iranian people that are protesting because they're protesting against a corrupt regime. Ring a bell? I'll show one more clip and then we'll continue from there. Here we go. Now this clip will show what some of the Iranian people have to say. This was back then when they were protesting when Trump was president. Here we go.
They are risking their lives to bring freedom to Iran. Iranian protesters from the streets telling Fox News they thank President Trump and the American people for supporting their uprising against the theocratic regime in Tehran. We interviewed the activists in Iran through a social media app, hiding their location. They do not want us to use their voices out of fears of reprisals. One protester told us, quote, "We thank you, President Trump. We call on all of the supporters of the people who oppress this regime from different fronts to put pressure with you and overthrow with us." The protesters we talked to were blunt. They will not give up, they vow, until the hardline regime is toppled. Iranian people want to achieve a democratic and independent government and play a role in it. In Iran, taxis and buses and public places, you heard people talking that they are happy that the United States and President Trump is actually taking actions on the side of the Iranian people. And as you know, the overthrow of this regime and establishment of a free country is in the interest of the entire world. Another activist texted us his answers to our questions. The president called the Iranian regime, quote, brutal and corrupt. How important was that to hear for you? He wrote, quote, he is correct and we approve of what he spoke. He should help the Iranian people. We need internet because the internet in Iran is banned. We asked President Trump to convince European Union to ban the mullah. The protesters are members of the banned opposition group, the National Council of Resistance of Iran. Its leader, Maryam Rajavi, has been directly blamed by the government for the unrest. Supporters have defiantly displayed banners with their photograph. The reason, one told us, quote, we have no life in Iran. Our life and death is equal. We have nothing to miss. We want freedom. Just poverty, unemployment, and corruption is the result of the mullah regime. Another was very clear. These uprisings have just begun. People are not at all willing to give up. Their patience has come to an end, and they have nothing to lose. Nobody wants to go back. We want to go forward. People want a free republic. That is what people have been chanting. We know that we need to be at risk for a revolution. This is an inevitable revolution, and we accept it. The protesters also called on President Trump to impose more sanctions on the regime. Those on the streets say they're looking toward the U.S. for inspiration and more help.
Okay, so you heard that. So what you had there was, if anybody was paying attention, the picture of the Ayatollah, the people were ripping it down. Okay, back then, Trump spoke out. I mean, you can see the news clippings are there. I remember, okay, vividly, of him saying how America was with the Iranian people because there was a revolution going on. Okay, when Obama was president, okay, the crooked regime in Iran was doing deals with Obama, oppressing their people at the same time. In the middle of that, there was people in Iran that were fighting against that. But they knew that they didn't have that much support from outside. Fast forward, Trump becomes president. He X's Obama's deal with the mullahs. That gives the people power to rise up and say, you know what, they're not getting any money to fight back. Now we can go take the streets. We need America's back. We need Trump to help us. When that happened, if you notice, there was no beef. I'm not trying to be funny, but there was no beef in the Middle East. Iran wasn't trying to go after Israel, and Hamas almost neither. Why? Because Trump was cooling everybody down, saying this is what's going to happen. Anybody makes a move, I'm going to be the one to deal with everybody. Anybody getting the picture here? There's still more, so bear with me. Okay? Now, fast forward to now. Okay? I just showed you clips of what was going on when Obama was president, the deals that Obama did, when Trump became president, the deals that he stopped, that Obama put in place, the way he backed up and supported the people that were fighting against the mullahs in Iran, he was with the Iranian people. So much everybody says that Trump, he hates people from the Middle East, he hates Muslims, blah, 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 blah. He hates black people, he hates Latinos, he hates this, he hates that, yada, yada, and it goes on and on and on. But now let's fast forward. Okay? And I'm going to show you the next clip. Here we go.
Dance has become a form of protest in Iran. People are dancing everywhere. They are dancing in classrooms, in malls, in sports stadiums. Take a look. Like I was telling you, this is not a new TikTok rage. The dance is a form of protest. Iranians are protesting against their government. While dancing in public spaces is normal in the era of reels and stories, in Iran, dancing is frowned upon. In fact, dancing between men and women in public is banned. You will find this ironic if you followed Persian culture. You see, song and dance, along with food, have been an integral part of Iranian history. Be it Yalda, the winter solstice, or Nowruz, the Persian New Year. Dances are always a part of Persian festivity, but things have changed under the clerics. A year ago in the city of Rasht, this old man broke into a dance at a fish market. 70-year-old Sadek Bana Motejad said that his dance was meant to make people happy. As you can imagine, this dance did not go down well with the Iranian regime. 12 men who appeared in the video were picked up by the police. Reports say these men were blindfolded and beaten. They also had to sign a pledge. It read they will never sing and dance in public again. Motejadid's Instagram page was scrubbed off its content. All posts were deleted. The profile picture was replaced by the emblem of the Iranian judiciary. A new post read, "This page has been shut down for creating criminal content." It added that the person engaged in the activity has quote-unquote been dealt with. You see, Motejadid is pretty popular in Rasht. People call him Boogie, which in Persian stands for megaphone. For years, he has been going to stadiums with a megaphone and cheering the fans.
Okay, I'll stop it right there. Now, you just heard that this man was arrested in Iran. The people in the video that were dancing with him was arrested because in Iran, as of last year, they've outlawed dancing and singing in the streets. So where are we at now? Again, people, once again, Iran's government officials, whoever they are this time, the mullahs, whoever, they're in control. They're oppressing the people again. Okay. So when Obama was president, he was dealing with the Iranian mullahs, giving them billions of dollars while they were oppressing their people. Trump became president, told them, no, we're not going to give you any damn money because you're all crooked. You're a dictatorship regime. You're evil. The people took that as power. They rose up because they were, for decades they were fighting against these mullahs. They said, now we're hoping that Trump and the American people will back us up. Trump came out and said, America backs up the Iranian people. Biden comes in. Now there's beef with Israel, Palestine, Hamas. Iran and the Houthis are attacking, supposedly the Houthis are attacking U.S. warships and messing up things as far as their food supply, their supply chain, okay, going into certain parts of the Middle East. Biden just made a deal to release hostages and is giving the Iranian Government, billions of dollars again, while at the same time they're still oppressing their people all over again. Does anybody see what's going on here? Does anybody see that when it's a Democrat in power, that they want war? They want to make deals with all these dictators? But yet they call Trump the dictator, but yet Trump was the one that said, no, we're not going to send Iran any money because if we do, they're going to make nuclear weapons while oppressing their people at the same time. Obama said we're going to give them the money, but we're going to regulate how they build nuclear weapons. Never once did he say anything about freeing their people. Right now, Biden made another deal with those in control in Iran. Never once did he say, but you got to stop pressing against your people. I made this video, a couple of short clips so people can see. This is how the deep state, the wicked elite operate. They want the wars. They want to oppress their people. They want to oppress other people. So the conflict between Israel and Palestine is one thing. But Iran wants to back up Hamas. The Houthis want to back up Hamas. Yemen supposedly wants to get involved also. While Biden is giving Iran billions of dollars while they oppress their own people, while Hamas uses their people as a shield to attack Israel. But when Trump was president, nobody made a fucking move. Because Trump came down and said, stop oppressing your people and nobody better draw first blood. And yet they say that he's the dictator. He's going to start World War III. Look at all the conflicts that are breaking out now since Biden's been president. Look at how many countries are getting involved. Now, Egypt might be getting involved because of what I believe the Houthis want to do. Look at what's going on. All eyes fixed on Israel. Israel's trying to back themselves up. The Palestinian people are protesting. You got pro-Palestinian people in the states over here protesting. As a matter of fact, in Detroit, they went against their own Democrats. The Democrats are having some Christmas party, and pro-Palestinian people went and protested. It's in the news. Crashed the party. I mean, started beating people up. Punched one lady, Democrat. I think she was a congressman or an official. She's on the news. Bloody face. She's screaming. Okay, she's a Democrat, a black woman who just got attacked, and then she's screaming, the Muslims are out to get the black people. That it just made my jaw fucking drop. When she said that, I was like, wait, what? Do you see how the left works? War, chaos, protest, going against each other, going against others. And then you got a man like Trump who finally got some peace in the Middle East. Okay? Destroyed ISIS, but now ISIS is back in the news. Figure that one out. Okay? Took down Hezbollah. Okay? Look at the debacle in Afghanistan with Biden. All the weapons he left behind. All them years of a ceasefire. Just having some sort of peace. That Trump put his foot down and said, if any American soldier gets killed, one person as much as a scratch, we're coming down on you. Nobody was touched. As soon as Biden steps in and pulls everybody out, 13 American soldiers are dead. And people are still saying on the news that what Biden is doing is good for the country, around the world, that he's bringing peace. Do the Iranian people in this video, do you see any wars in Iran? They're over here trying to dance in the streets and stuff, have a good time. And their government's coming down on them and saying, no, you can't dance, you can't sing or dance in the street. And these are supposed to be some righteous, religious people. This is one major worldwide shit show that's going on. And the powers that be, Biden included, okay, this is what they want. While the whole time they're trying to keep everybody's eyes off of what's going on, what happened in the past up until now, don't worry about it. When Trump was president, he was unmasking everything. That's why he's such a threat. That right now, Sununu in New Hampshire is saying that Nikki Haley is gaining ground. Meanwhile, in the polls, Trump is up like 54 to like, what, 14%. But they say she's gaining ground. She's going to take it. She's going to be the only one that's going to be able to go up against him. More propaganda lying to the people. When all the polls show that Trump is up on everybody by an easy 30 points. And he's still out there condemning regimes that oppress their people. Here at home and abroad. But when you listen to Biden and you listen to the powers that be that say, no, this is what's going on, and those people hate us, and those people hate you, and this one hates that one. Meanwhile, you got pro-Palestinian protesters all over. I mean, I seen a video from Canada where a pro-Palestinian protester was telling someone, I'll gut you and bury you 6 feet under. This is in Canada. So you got all these people that are angry, supporting Palestine. You got Iran making threats. If you don't give us money, we won't let the Americans go. Some people are going to say, well, how come Trump couldn't get those hostages out? Because it was the same deal. And Trump was like, no, you know what? No, we're not giving you no money because you'll give us the hostages. We'll give you the billions. You'll go and make nuclear weapons. And you're still going to hold your people oppressed. That's not going to happen. We're going to wait on this. Call it what you will. Biden just gave in. Because they may give the hostages back. They may not. But one thing's for sure. They're going to get their money. Again. They're going to build nuclear weapons like they started under Obama. Again. They're going to keep oppressing their people and arresting them for dancing and singing in the street. As always. Again. While pro-Palestinian sympathizers and protesters here in the States are ganging up on everybody, even on their own, the Democrats. Now it's physical. Now it's on the news. Now that it attacks them, now it's got to be on the fucking news. Not when they're attacking anybody on the right, only when their own come after them. This is why I always said in a lot of my videos, the left, they eat themselves. The Democrats, they eat themselves. They eat themselves. And now people here in the States and in the Middle East by the millions are going to suffer. Innocent people are suffering right now. Because of all the warmongers. Okay? Because of all the leftists. Okay? The ones that are in control. All the ones that want to suppress the internet. Like when Trump was saying in the few clips ago. How they're taking the internet away from people. The mullahs, the people in charge in Iran. But yet he says that America stands with the Iranian people. You heard it for yourself. His words, not mine, his words. But yet you got people here saying that he's a racist, he hates Muslims, he hates this, he hates that. On MSNBC, NBC, CNN, they all fucking say it. So tell me this. The Democrats that got attacked in Detroit by pro-Palestine protesters, are they racist? Answer me that. If any of you leftists are watching this, because I've been getting a couple of comments every now and again, stupid comments from people. Obviously, you know they're damn trolls. So if one of you trolls are watching, look up the attack on the Democrats' Christmas party in Detroit on Saturday night, as a matter of fact. This past Saturday night, last Saturday. Last Saturday. Again, pro-Palestinian protesters attacked a Democrat-run party. The video's out there. You tell me, are they fucking racist for attacking black Democrats? I'd like to hear from you, since you guys swear that everything that comes out of Trump's mouth, he's a dictator, he's a racist, his followers, we're deplorables, we're this, we're that. It was the Republican MAGA president that said America stands with the Iranian people, that he is against, okay, their regime, the same way he's against the regime that was before his presidency and this regime after his presidency. The way he's against the regime in Canada, in France, in Russia, in China, in Korea. But no, everybody says he's in bed with everybody. But look who's in bed with who now. Trump is not president. You guys are trying to put him in a cell bed in a prison. You're the ones that are in bed. Okay? With Xi Jinping, with the mullahs, with Trudeau, with all these other dictators in Europe. You're the motherfuckers, excuse my language, that are in bed with them. You. Because you know what's going on in the Middle East. But yet, you won't tell them, listen, this is your ultimatum. Stop oppressing your people. We're going to have some civil rights workers or whatever the case is. We're going to figure this out. You're not going to get the money. We're going to talk about it. No, here's your money. Don't worry about it. But, it's all right if the Houthis attack supply lines and attack American ships. And it's okay if Hamas just uses their people as shields, And then when Israel, counter strikes, it's all, it's all a shit show. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. No, don't worry about it. But we got bigger fish to fry. We got to go after Trump because he's leading in the polls and he's going to flip Chicago and New York. We're about to lose it. That's what's going on, people. And this is just a small piece of what's going on. Anyway, that's what I got for you. If you like it, don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe. Definitely give it a thumbs up. If I've offended anybody, hey, I'm sorry. It's America. Freedom of speech. That's just the way I see it. Because the shit's got to stop. The shit's got to stop. Plain and simple. Okay? If you'd like to help support the channel, there's a link in my description to my Cash App and my PayPal. And pass it around. Okay? It's Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope everybody has a Happy New Year. It'd be nice for the New Year to start and all these wars to stop. All these evil elites to get voted the hell out. Okay? For people with mind, body, and spirit in the right way to be put into power, to put an end to all these damn wars and all these bullshit protests. Okay? I mean, because come on, people, where are we going? This is not the MAGA crowd doing this. No. No. It's not. So remember, stay vigilant, keep praying, and keep praying for each other. Peace.